Now, despite the lockdown in Delta State over COVID-19 pandemic, suspected herdsmen on weekend stormed Azagba-Ogwashi community, Aniocha South local government area of the state, abducting a drink distributor, Greg Azubike. Azubike's kidnap came on the heels of the killing of a poultry farm manager and night guard by suspected herdsmen who invaded the Isele Azagba farm last Wednesday. Lawrence Ojashi was kidnapped on April the 8th at the Admiralty Neighborhood Estate, Ibusa, and released only after a ransom of 150,000 naira was paid. To discuss this matter, we have joining us via phone Bala Ado, who is the Secretary, Fulani Community, Enugu State. Good morning, Mr. Ado.
Good morning. Nice having me on your program.
Good to have you this morning. Well, we are facing an unsettling time, and also during this time we recognize that it is the holy month of Ramadan. How seriously should we be taking news of suspected herdsmen continuing a reign of terror, so to speak, in Delta State?
Thank you very much. I wish Nigerians happy Ramadan period, and I also pray that this pandemic that is ravaging the world now, especially around our communities in Nigeria, I hope we observe all the necessary health related protection or safety measures so that we will come out of this thing soonest. Just like you mentioned about the issue of herdsmen, it's unfortunate that we are facing the issue of this pandemic, and we as Muslims, we are in this month of Ramadan, which is one of the holiest months we have in our faith. That the issue of herdsmen killing, doing this, doing that is unfortunate. And just like you said, I'm from Enugu. And the measures that the state and the Fulani community living in Enugu State, I think if it is adopted in other places, in other states, it will go a long way in curbing these issues of incidences of these herdsmen. Because in Enugu State, when we had issues like this, the state government engaged the leadership of herdsmen in Enugu State. And to that extent, it has brought the issues of herdsmen clashes with farmers or communities as they operate within to the barest minimum. Because Enugu State has not been in the map again that herdsmen kidnapped this, herdsmen killed this, herdsmen raped this person, herdsmen did this, herdsmen did that. It is not because of anything, but it's because of the ingenuity of the state and the leadership of the herdsmen in Enugu State. And I think if Delta State will copy from that, because I'm sure, just like we have in Enugu State, we equally have such leadership in Delta State. If the state can engage them, know what is the problem, identify the headers that are resident in Delta State, so that they can come up with a committee that will oversee some of these things, and they will be engaging themselves from time to time, which will now offer solutions to some of these issues of herdsmen and communities. Mm-hmm. But the criminality aspect of it is what is alarming. Because you can imagine somebody coming to kidnap, coming to force people to ask them to cook for them before they will eat and then kidnap these people. Which means the security architecture around these communities is nothing to write home about. Mm-hmm. If kidnappers can come in, ask the community, cook for us, we eat, after eating, then they will not kidnap whoever they want, and they will go scot-free. It means there is a problem. So there is more to it than just herdsmen.
All right.
It is easy to mention. It is very easy to mention herdsmen because people, so many communities have been using this to cover up so many things. Once it is mentioned herdsmen, every attention now goes to herdsmen. But I am of the opinion that if the security architecture can sit up, there will be more to it than just herdsmen.
Ask you, Mr. Ado, if I may ask you that, if Mieti Allah headsmen are not responsible for what is being termed as a reign of terror, then who is?
Okay. The thing is that if headsmen are mentioned, whether it is Mieti Allah, whether it is non-Mieti Allah, it is headsmen. So what we are saying is that I may not speak on behalf of Mieti Allah anyway, but what I'm saying is that as a Fulani man and as a headsman, I will share my own opinion. Just like I've earlier said, in Enugu State, what we have been doing and the level we have gone in this issue of headsmen and farmers, I think what I will say here is that it's not the issue of whether Mieti Allah or this. We are talking about headsmen who are known to be rearing cows. And unfortunately, most of these people that are perpetrating these evil acts, even those that are arrested, you may even find them not connected with the headsmen that are rearing cows in the bush. They may not even have anything, any cow in those areas. They'll just come from nowhere, do what they will do and go. But what we are saying is that there is more to it than just being headsmen. Because the security have to come up, have to sit up. And that can only be achieved if the state, I mean, like Delta, if they can engage, like I said, the leadership of the headsmen in Enugu State, in Delta State, whether it is Mieti Allah, whether it is Kautal Hore, whether it is the normal leadership of the headsmen, I mean the Arabs, the traditional rulers, I think it will go a long way in bringing a stop to this menace.
All right. Thank you so very much, Secretary to the Fulani Community, Enugu State, Malam Bala Ado. Thank you for your time and keep safe.
Thank you for having me.